channel, baby.
Yeah.
What it do, Half and J family. Welcome back to the channel, baby. It's your boy Half.
Hey, girl J.
And we back
with
another reaction video. All right, y'all, welcome back to the channel.
Welcome back.
Hope everybody enjoying the morning, evening, or afternoon. You know what I'm saying? Whichever one y'all might be in right now. But anyway, let's get into some more reactions, man. But before we do, let them know who we're going to react to.
Okay. So, shout out to the channel Independent Reagan.
Shout out to the channel Independent Reagan. Make sure y'all go tap in.
The video is titled Rand Paul Destroys the View, Whoopi Goldberg.
Seems like everybody trying to come for Whoopi now. You know what I'm saying? Because she be coming for everybody. So let's see what Rand Paul, how he destroyed Whoopi. I'm excited to see this. But before we do, everybody else out there who has not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead, subscribe button.
Yes.
Take Portuguese on.
Yes.
Like and share this video.
Wait, what did you say?
I said take post notifications on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then comment down below, baby. Come and join the squad, man.
Yes. Half and J.
H and J. Plus, you ever kicking off what? Good vibes, baby. Good vibes.
Boom.
Yaboo.
Goodness gracious.
Great balls of fire.
Actually, Turkey doesn't want Iran to take over everything. Israel doesn't want Iran to take over everything. And in fact, Israel actually stands up for themselves all the time.
They end up being a bigger
Let me finish. Don't interrupt. So
she has to interrupt. In fear he might say something that doesn't align with the program. Got a book out, The Case Against Socialism. You know, Bernie Sanders is no longer alone on the debate stage. It seems like we're hearing more and more about socialism. In fact, 43% of Americans think it's a good thing. You are on the complete other end of that. Tell us about this book.
one of the things we learned in writing the book is a lot of people say, well, we're not for Stalin, we're not for Hitler, we're for Scandinavia. So as we were researching the book, we actually found that Bernie Sanders' form of socialism actually is unpopular, and he would never get elected to anything in Denmark. In fact, the Prime Minister of Denmark, when he heard Bernie was going around saying they were socialists, says, no, we're not socialists. We have private property, a stock exchange, we have low corporate income taxes, we don't have a minimum wage. And the big difference, and this is where the big lie comes from, Bernie says we're going to give you all this free stuff, but we're only going to tax the rich people. In Scandinavia, they tax the working class, 25% sales tax, and an income tax starting at $60,000 is 60%. So really the difference between their country and our country is they do have more free stuff in Scandinavia, but they pay for it with massive taxes on the working class and the middle class.
But we have massive taxes here, but we don't get any free stuff. We don't have free health care. Well, our public education system is a problem. It seems like the only people that get free stuff are the very, very wealthy.
We have a different form of taxation in our country. Ours is much more progressive. So we've taken the poor off of the rolls. They don't pay income tax anymore. Most people below $50,000 don't pay any income tax. The top 1% in our country pay 40%.
Our audience says that's not true.
Well, the IRS statistics say that the top 1% in our country pay 40% of the income tax, and that those making less than $50,000.
Donald Trump doesn't pay any income tax.
Let me ask. Sonny just couldn't help herself. She had to say his name.
Right.
And can she really sit there and say Americans don't get free stuff, and the only ones who get that free stuff are the wealthy? Doesn't Medicaid equal free Medicare? Food stamps equal free food? Section 8 equal free or close to free housing? Public schools, free education? Am I missing something here?
It is, but I live in Miami. There's tens of thousands of Venezuelan exiles living there. You talk a lot about Venezuela in your new book. I get a lot of political ads from the Republican Party. Donald Trump has tweeted this. Many have tweeted this. If you vote for Democrats, they will turn the United States into Venezuela. Do you think that's a fair statement to make?
Well, if you vote for a socialist, you might get socialism.
Come on, don't do that. Maduro is not a socialist. He's a corrupt, murderous thug who is starving his people.
That's not true.
That's not true? Maduro's not a thug and a murderer
it's not
who's
true.
starving his people.
Let's have a conversation here. Chavez was a socialist, and socialism was the economic system
And
of
they
Venezuela.
stole. It's a kleptocracy. It's not socialism.
But here's the question is, they voted for socialism. They voted, let me finish.
No, I can't let you finish. If you're going to say Maduro's not a murderous thug, I'm not going to finish. That's a damn lie. And I've got a bunch of neighbors and friends who know this. Don't do this to me. Don't mansplain. I'm a 47-year-old.
Thanks to Senator Rand Paul. His new book is called The Case Against Socialism, and we'll be right back.
You know, I live in Miami. There's tens of thousands of Venezuelan exiles living there. You talk a lot about Venezuela in your new book. I get a lot of political ads from the Republican Party. Donald Trump has tweeted this. Many have tweeted this. If you vote for Democrats, they will turn the United States into Venezuela. Do you think that's a fair statement to make?
Well, if you vote for a socialist, you might get socialism.
Come on, don't do that. Maduro is not a socialist. He's a corrupt, murderous thug who is starving his people.
That's not true.
That's not true? Maduro's not a thug and a murderer who's starving his people.
Let's have a conversation here.
These women don't know how to have a respectful conversation.
Chavez was a socialist, and socialism was the economic system of Venezuela.
And they stole. It's a kleptocracy. It's not socialism.
But here's the question is, they voted for socialism. They voted, let me finish.
No, I can't let you finish. If you're going to say Maduro's not a murderous thug, I'm not going to finish. That's a damn lie. And I've got a bunch of neighbors and friends who know this. Don't do this to me. Don't mansplain. I'm a 47-year-old.
You know, one of the things I've always supported about President Trump is actually one of the things I liked about President Obama, that we said we were overextended, that the Iraq war was a mistake. I think it's one of the reasons President Obama beat Hillary Clinton, because Hillary Clinton had supported the Iraq war. I still think the Iraq war, regime change in the Middle East, and these wars are senseless. So does President Trump. He doesn't want to get us involved in another Iraq war in Syria. If anything, Syria is more complicated. The other is a practical concern. You have 50 soldiers. They're talking about moving 50 soldiers. Who goes to war with 50 soldiers? You have 50 soldiers and tens of thousands of Turkish troops amassing. The Turks are also allies. The Free Syrian Army were our allies for 7 years. They're allied with the Turks. The Kurds have been our allies. The Kurds, in all likelihood, are now going to be allies of Assad to try to carve out a place in Syria for themselves. It's a really complicated question. I guess from my perspective, I say, any of these people out here, their kids have to go to war. War's not a chess game. People lose their limbs and people die, and I think it's the least we owe to the kids that we're going to send into this war. Why are we going to war and who are we fighting?
But isn't there... Go ahead. I'm sorry. So, if you have allies, and they are working with you and fighting with you, and 24 hours somebody wakes up and says, "No, we're out." Right. Is that the right way to do this?
I think the way we look at war is we don't look at
No. Is that the right way to do it?
Answer the question.
Okay.
When we decide whether or not we're sending our young people into harm.
Why is it that? First of all, why her hair look like that?
You know what?
For number one, you know what I'm saying?
Like, and no diss to the men that wear the wigs in the. You know what I'm talking about? What? The men that wear those wigs in the.
Oh yeah. You talking about like the curly I know what you're talking about. Like
I forgot what they're called.
Yeah,
those wigs.
But like curl like a big like a wave curl type of thing. Like you talking about. I know what you're talking about. Like
No.
that be in the little suits and stuff.
Like they wear like the they're like judges or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What is it called?
I don't know.
But that's what her hair looked like. Too.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, Whoopi.
But every time somebody come on here, they can never answer the question how they want to answer it.
They are hostile women.
Yeah. I don't know. Let me see.
Is that the right way to do it?
Answer the question.
Okay.
When we decide whether or not we're sending our young people into harm's way, we should obey the Constitution, which says we should declare war and put them in a war theater. But let me finish.
Okay.
And here's the thing about it, is if you ask these people, Lindsey Graham, the Cheney war, and all these warmongers that want to stay at war forever, who are we going to declare war on? They don't know who. We're going to declare war on Turkey, our ally,
Should we
the
ever
Free Syrian
walk
Army,
out
ally.
in the middle? It's like walking out.
You should never be there in the first place.
That's not the question. That's all good.
But see, the left agreed with
we're
me for
in
so
there.
many years. For so many years, the left agreed with me.
I am neither
These
left nor right. I'm just American. I want to know, should we be taking...
She's not left or right, but she's always leaning left.
Yeah.
Neither left nor right. I'm just American. I want to know, should we be taking, should we be walking out on people?
But here's the thing is, left and right have agreed in the past that regime change doesn't work. When we got rid of Hussein, we got chaos and more terrorism. When we got rid of Gaddafi, chaos and more terrorism.
But Senator, we're here now, though.
But
we're here.
Yeah. We're not really here. We got 50 people. We're not
here.
doing
Yeah,
anything.
but frankly,
People
hold on,
is very symbolic,
Hold on.
and that is why it
and you
kept
tell their parents
Turkey
that.
from invading.
You tell their parents
Isn't that true?
You tell the parents of those 50 kids how great the symbolism was when a suicide bomber blows up all 50
But
kids.
didn't it
You
keep
tell them
Turkey
why-
from
no,
invading?
No,
And
I'm not.
pulling them
No, no.
gave
You tell
Turkey
their
the
parents.
green light.
You tell their
Isn't
parents
that
why
true?
they're there.
But
You
isn't
tell-
that true?
You tell their parents why they're
Isn't
there.
it true that Turkey
You
said
tell-
not
How do you feel about
we have
how do you feel about the video that we're seeing of the
find-
Kurds getting slaughtered?
I find the position of pulling out of these wars, that's a popular one, and I am there. There's a difference in having a strategy and leaving the Kurds there to die, which is where they are now. They are left there to die, and that is now, here's what I'd argue. Now it's the GOP's problem.
That's simply wrong.
ISIS fighters, as being reported, thousands are going to escape from these prisons because the Kurds can't protect themselves. Up to 70,000 according to a NATO official.
What's the people who don't like the
Is that a
policy?
safer world with
That's the
ISIS
people-
running around?
That's the people who want to stay forever. These are the same people.
I don't want to stay forever,
Let
but
me
is
finish
there a
answering the
strategy?
question, okay? I let you talk, you let me talk. These are the same people. These are the same people that would still have us in Vietnam. These are the same people who always say, stay at war, stay at war, stay at war. It has not helped us. We've been in Afghanistan for 19 years. The same people complaining about this. The Cheneys, Lindsey Graham, you know what they say about Afghanistan? It would be precipitous to leave. We've been there 19 years. There's no mission, and I'm not sending
out on
one more
people, but
kid.
there's more
I'm not
questions.
going to
There's
send
more
one more
questions.
kid
Go
to
ahead.
Afghanistan.
Breaking our word as Americans, of breaking our words to our allies, of having people who've risked their lives, who've been there for years, and what message does that send internationally to other allies if we abandon them?
I think the only duty we owe and the only oath I take is to the Constitution. I didn't promise to take the country to war. I promised not to take the country to war. So did President Trump, by the way.
And the Constitution says protecting you from enemies, foreign and domestic.
Yeah.
And there's many of us who feel that this puts us in greater danger because of what it means vis-a-vis ISIS. I mean, we don't live, we're not alone on this planet.
And anybody who tries to make the argument that someone in Syria is a danger to our country is really not paying attention.
Oh, I think Assad is in Syria and is a hell of a danger to our country and our world.
Well, actually, if you look at the war is very complicated. So you had Assad on one side. On the other side, you had Sunni extremists, Al-Qaeda and Al-Nusra. These are the people that have been allied with the Saudi version of Islam that has been promoting Islamism and Islamist strategy around the world and jihadism. That was the side of the war we were fighting. So if that side of the war actually won, I think we actually might be in more danger. I don't like Assad, but the other people on the other side are
Can I
Sunni
ask you
extremists
something,
that I
though?
don't like either.
How close is too close for Iran to be near Israel? Because this now creates a huge vacuum where Iran wants to take over Damascus, which is what they're now going to be capable of doing, and they're going to be that much closer to Israel, which is in fact one of our closest allies. Does that concern you at all?
I think the whole situation is so confusing that none of us are really getting this right. Actually, Turkey doesn't want Iran to take over everything. Israel doesn't want Iran to take over everything. And in fact, Israel actually stands up for themselves all the time.
may end up being a bigger
Let me
war
finish. Don't interrupt. So Iran gets up against the border.
I'm sorry, Senator.
So
I am interrupted
Iran
because
comes up
you're going to
against the
stick.
border, and Israel
We'll be
pushes
right back.
back.
How rude.
I was just about to say that. I mean, like, come on, man. You like being disrespectful.
Yeah.
Man. Like, how you gonna invite somebody onto your show, have a conversation with, you don't even let them have a conversation with you because everybody, that's all you hear. You know what I'm saying? It's like you guys are arguing with this person. You're not having no debate. You're not having no conversation.
Right.
You guys are arguing with this person.
If you don't agree with them,
Get off the show.
they're going in. Yeah.
Yeah, get off the show. That's all it is. If you don't like the way we're talking about, then you gotta leave. Like, is you serious? Hey, listen, man. You can invite me on there like that. I promise you, because I'll go ham on all them up there.
Oh my.
You already know how I'm gonna get down. And especially you, Whoopi. With that hairstyle,
You know?
no. That would be the first thing I got on. Like, that is not it. You understand what I'm saying? You a multi-millionaire. That's the best that you could have did?
Yeah, Whoopi is rude.
Like, come on,
she's
man.
so rude.
She's
Well,
very rude.
They all are.
They are. But Whoopi is like.
Oh yeah, she stands out.
And she be the one that's pointing when she tells people don't point at her.
Her and Sonny.
Yeah, but she's. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Entire interview, they wouldn't let him speak and were constantly interrupting and talking over him. And did you see that side eye Whoopi gave the audience when they clapped without her permission?
Right.
Also, how many of you believe that Whoopi is neither left or right and just American? I personally couldn't believe my ears when I heard that.
Right.
And I also feel like Sonny just wants to argue. Why wouldn't she address what Senator Paul was saying? Because she doesn't have the gall to face those parents. These women are so hypocritical. Yeah. If it were Obama who pulled the troops out, they would support it. Right. And I don't recall them giving Biden any backlash either. They seem so complicit with anything that isn't the orange menace. But that's just my opinion. Be sure to share yours in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Your support really helps the channel grow, and I truly appreciate it. Thanks for watching.
In 24 hours, somebody wakes up and says, "Oh, we're out." Right. Is that the right way to do this?
I think the way we look at war is we don't look at
No. Is that the right way to do it?
The question.
Okay.
The United States ended 20 years of war in Afghanistan, the longest war in American history. We completed one of the biggest airlifts in history, with more than 120,000 people evacuated to safety. That assumption that the Afghan government would be able to hold on for a period of time beyond military drawdown turned out not to be accurate.
Mr. President, there had not been a U.S. service member killed in combat in Afghanistan since February of 2020. You set a deadline, you pulled troops out, you sent troops back in, and now 12 Marines are dead. You said the buck stops with you. Do you bear any responsibility for the way that things have unfolded in the last 2 weeks?
I bear responsibility for fundamentally all that's happened of late. But here's the deal. You know, I wish you'd one day say these things. You know as well as I do that the former president made a deal with the Taliban that he would get all American forces out of Afghanistan by May 1. In return, the commitment was made, and that was a year before. In return, he was given a commitment that the Taliban would continue to attack others, but would not attack any American forces. Remember that? I'm being serious. No, I'm asking you a question. Because before... No, wait a minute. I'm asking you a question. Is that accurate, the best?
About, but Mr. President, respectfully, since that I don't think that the issue that, do you think that people have an issue with pulling out of Afghanistan or just the way of things that happen?
Wow.
So, you remember when they came out of Afghanistan, right? How they came out on the plane, and I don't know if it was a Marine plane, Air Force plane, or whatever, but I don't even recall seeing that actual scene.
No.
They had people from Afghanistan like damn it, like holding on to the plane, like on the plane wing and stuff like that, trying to leave with the.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was supposed to be on Biden's watch. You understand what I'm saying? So, but like this woman said, they never said nothing about that. Mm-hmm. When he did that, right? There was nothing being said about that. Right. You feel me? Right. And you remember when, if I'm not mistaken, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the war all started back in 01. Mm-hmm. I want to say it was. Mm-hmm. With the World Trade Center bombing attacks. I think Bush is the one who initiated that. Mm-hmm. And it's been going on ever since the war. You know what I mean? So, like I said, at that time, during that interview, that was 2021, that was 20 years of that war going on. You know what I mean? So, and again, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's how it transpired. But again, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, though. So, but yeah. Anything you want to add?
No. Okay. Just plain disrespectful.
Right. All right, y'all comment down below, man. Give us your thoughts about this one. Let's jump to some shout outs.
Okay, so first shout out goes to Richard Martin. What's up, Richard Martin?
Richard Martin, what's going on, man? Shout out to you. Hope you definitely enjoyed that reaction. I hope you give us a comment down below. Let us know what your thoughts are about that one. Come back and join us for some more.
Second shout out goes to Brian Jackson. What's up, Brian Jackson?
What's going on, Brian Jackson? Shout out to you, man.
Yes.
Hope you definitely enjoyed that as well. Thank you guys for watching as always.
Thank you so much.
We definitely appreciate each and every one of you guys.
Yes.
Oh, that's what I forgot to tell you. I met one of our family members today.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? What was his name, man? Hold on, because it's a crazy name.
Okay.
It's hold on, y'all. Let me tell you, I want to give him a shout out. I told him I'm gonna give him a shout out. Let me see. Hold on, get into it. Boom, boom, boom. His name is Rebel, Riabel. I think that's how you pronounce it, Rebel.
Okay.
But shout out to you, though, Rebel, man.
Shout out to you.
Definitely appreciate all the support, man.
Yes.
I met him at the gas station by the gym.
Okay.
The gas station was right there.
Okay.
Yeah, I walked in. He's like, "Hey, half, man." You know, I said, "Damn!" It's like, "Hey, is my face really that noticeable though?"
It is. It is.
Like, is it that recognizable?
Yes. Yes.
That is crazy to me,
It
man. Like
is.
every time somebody says that, it just blows me away. But anyway, I had to throw that out there though. So shout out to you, Rebel, man.
Shout out to you.
You know what I'm saying? And he said he'd like to meet you one day also.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So once again, we thank you guys, man.
Thank you so much.
Make sure you guys keep God first.
Most importantly.
And we'll catch you guys in the next reaction video.
Yes. Peace.